Mario, Alan Lee, how's it going? Getting back to you. When you and I spoke last, we both agreed pretty easily that the government is actually composed of not what people think it is, but of you and me and your next door neighbor and a guy down the block. Pretty much. And most people just don't know that. Anyway, I looked at the site that you told me to look at, and unfortunately, I have to disagree with everything. And not because of the content at all. Definitely not because of the content. Because of the authors. Authors. Again, going along with that first point I brought up, all of the things that were written in there, the platform points, were written, but it's the personal opinion of a person, an individual. It's not the opinion of you, me, your next door neighbor, and the guy down the block. It may be more than one person, it might even be a committee, but it still doesn't represent the people. No platform does. So I'm not picking on the one that you gave me specifically. I reject all platforms for the same reason. I reject the Green Party and the Libertarian, of course, the Dems and the Repubs, all for the same reason. Not because of the content, because of the author or authors. It's not the opinion of the masses. It's in it's in violation of the Constitution. People have asked me, what's my platform? And I tell them, I don't have one. I tell them I have a core principle, and everything I do emanates from there, and that core principle comes from the Constitution. It comes from the preamble. It comes from the first three words. I think I know what words we're talking about. The thousands of words that follow the preamble are not nowhere near as important as the preamble, and the most important part of that is the first three words, of course. That's my platform. The Constitution is. All the other parties, most of the people, as you know, unfortunately, in the whole country, don't care much about the Constitution at all. They think it's just some old stupid thing that a bunch of old guys wrote a zillion years ago, and who cares? That's what most people think. In the Constitution Party, you guys think differently, as you should, and as I do, as you know. It's the most important thing that was ever written on the planet. The most important thing. And it will remain that way forever, in my opinion. So again, unfortunately, I have to reject it for that reason. It was not written by the people. It was written by an individual. It's his personal opinion, or her personal opinion, whoever wrote that. And the same with all the other parties' platforms. They all have the same problem. One of the zillions of posts that I wrote, I don't remember if I told you about this last time or not, was about a third party. I said that if a third party, a third independent, nonpartisan, whatever party ever got in, it wouldn't make any difference because their platform was still written by an individual. It's somebody's personal opinion. It's therefore invalid. It does not follow the Constitution, even if a third party got in. They would have the same problem as all the other parties have had anyway, the two big guys. They can't get anything done. My formula for active participatory government, as you know, APG, pretty much follows the Constitution. That would allow the average person, the masses, their opinion to count. Not only to count, but to become law, which is the way it was supposed to be. That was the original intent of those founding fathers. So I don't know where you want to go at this point. I don't know how you could possibly disagree with what I'm saying. All the platforms are invalid. I don't know if any of them actually comes close at all. Of course, I haven't read all of them. There's a million of them out there. There's a lot of smaller parties nobody ever heard of. But from what I can see, for the ones that I've read, again, it's somebody's personal opinion. Many of them aren't even interpreting the Constitution at all. You guys are. That helps. But it's still somebody's personal opinion. It's not the opinion of the masses. And all the other platforms may not even mention the Constitution much, if any, at all. Again, it's just somebody's personal opinion of the way they think things should be. And that does not follow the Constitution at all. None of them do. None of them. The only thing that does is my APG. That will follow the Constitution. Everything you need. You don't have to go into specifics in a platform, I don't think, at all. Any specifics you need are right in the preamble. That's enough. You can draw from there, and the conclusions you make are direct from there. Nothing has to be, really interpreted. The Supreme Court, as the purists on there anyway, that's their job, is to interpret the original intent of the Constitution. That's their job. And they do it pretty well, I think. The people who are actually purists, the judges who are, some of them are not. But again, they should be. And nothing matters except the Constitution. Nothing. I don't know where you want to go with me at this point. If you agree with me, I would have no problem rewriting that Constitution in full accordance with the Constitution, rather than in my personal opinion, because my personal opinion is irrelevant. This is anybody else's personal opinion. It's the majority that counts. It's a democracy. Majority rules. That's the way it's supposed to be anyway, of course. That's the way the Founding Fathers intended, among other things. I wanted to say something else. I'm trying to remember what it was. One reason I'm doing this, that's what it was. One reason I'm sending you this recording is to make sure I don't forget anything. Hopefully I don't, because if we have a conversation back and forth, I may forget something. But more important than that, and my face isn't on here either, because that's not important either. My face is all over the internet. It's on my website. It's on all my posts. So that's not important. It's what I'm saying that's important, I hope. And the other reason, again, why I'm doing it this way is that if you agree with what I'm saying, please pass it on. You can send this recording on. There's other high chiefs in the group, moderator, administrators, and if you really agree with what I'm saying, please pass it on to some national leaders in the party itself, or regional leaders, whatever. Let's get something moving, because I appreciate that offer that you gave me originally. But as is, I cannot comply, because it is in violation of the Constitution. It is not the opinion of the masses. All the things listed on the platform are not the opinion of the general masses. It's somebody's personal opinion. And my personal opinion is equally irrelevant. One more thing. Just got out of work. Have to head out to home and do my second job. But anyway, there's another post. I've made zillions. But this one says what I would like to do in short order if I ever became president. And what that is I'd like to convene a joint session of Congress as soon as possible and tell these guys what's up, again, according to the Constitution. And what's up is that they are supposed to rubber stamp. That's their job. They are supposed to rubber stamp what the masses tell them to do. The masses are our boss. They hired them. They voted them in, and they can vote them out. And this applies to myself as well. If I was ever in that chair, this would apply to me equally. All elected officials, federal at least, state and local, it should be in that way also. APG can be applied in all levels. But initially with the feds, what I would tell them is that those members who violate their oath and do not uphold the will of the people and follow their instruction, they don't deserve to have that post anymore, do they? And that applies to, again, all elected officials. I wouldn't be picking on progressives or liberals or Democrats or Republicans or conservatives or any particular individual at all, or just senators or just females. It's anybody who violates those principles, including all the members of my staff, including the vice president, including all the members of the cabinet that I would choose, including myself. In fact, if I violated those principles, I would tell Congress to feel free to impeach me. And they wouldn't even have to, because I'd doggone resign. If I didn't follow the principles of the Constitution, I don't deserve to have that job either. That's pretty much where I'm at. So please let me know what you want to do with that. I hope to talk to you more than once, but if you don't like what I said, then maybe we'll only talk one time and say goodbye and wish each other well. But I hope that will not be the case. I'd like to go forward with this because, again, I don't think you'll find anybody more attuned to the Constitution than me, and I'm not just saying that. I think I told you last time, too. Starting at age 11, when I heard the preamble, and following years, not much after that, some of Lincoln's Gettysburg and some quotes from the Declaration, I actually had a biological, physiological reaction, and I still do. I just feel those words so much. It has made me cry. It's made me cry. It's brought me to tears. And, the hairs on my arms physically, visually stand up. I feel a chill go up and down my spine. There's just no truer words, and there never will be. So I think I also told you that, the constitutions written in more recent democracies are pretty good, and they've made some even better statements than ours, because it's more attuned to modern society, modern civilization. But in general, overall, looking at the big picture, none of them still compare to ours. None of them. And none of them ever will. All right, take care, my friend. I hope to hear from you. Thanks. Bye-bye.